Hey friends, it's Shereé, and in today's video I'm doing a sewing catch-up with you. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning person, thank you so much for your continued support. Alright, let's get into it. Friends, I'm so glad to finally be able to sit down and film with you. It's been quite a while. Your girl has been sick again. I just keep getting sick. I don't know how to stop it. I literally take vitamins and I eat healthy. I have no idea why I keep getting sick, but if it's a cold going around, I'm guaranteed to catch it. If there's a stomach flu going around, I catch it. It's been really tough for me to stay healthy. And so in the last couple weeks, not only was I sick, but I've been very busy with my children and my family for doing baseball things. So my kids' baseball season was coming to an end and we had game after game. And then because my kids are so good at baseball, they actually got selected to play in the All-Stars team. So they'll be playing baseball all summer long. So it's been nonstop here with my family. And so it's been really difficult for me to find time to film. And at one point I had no voice. So it was really hard for people to hear me and it hurt to project. So anyways, I just want to thank you so much for not forgetting about me and actually clicking on this video because I definitely wanted to film for you. But in that time, I have sewn up so many things and I will be filming a separate video where I share with you all the things that I've been making. You can kind of see one of the items behind me here on my mannequin, but I made some cute things and I have lots of sewing plans for things that I plan to make in the upcoming month and a half, maybe 2 months. And so I can't wait to share those things with you. In this video, I'll be doing my IndieStitch unboxing. So if you're curious to see what I received from IndieStitch this month, I'll be sharing that with you. I'll also be sharing with you some patterns that I've picked up as well as some fabrics that I've picked up. Now there have been fabrics that I've purchased over this time that I haven't been filming that I've already cut into and sewn up. So there's a chance if you follow me on Instagram that you've seen them already. But I think a couple of these are new that I have not shared. Okay, let's start with my IndieStitch unboxing. If you've never heard of IndieStitch, IndieStitch is a monthly sewing subscription service where they send you a kit every single month, and in that kit is a garment pattern and all the supplies that you need to complete that pattern. And this is what the box looks like here. I absolutely love my IndieStitch subscription and have made some really wonderful things from the patterns that I receive and supplies I received in this box. And then sometimes if it's a pattern that I already have or it's a pattern that I'm not really interested in sewing, I almost always sew up the fabric in something that I absolutely love. So I adore this subscription service, and after seeing what's in this box, if you're interested in signing up for your own IndieStitch subscription, please use the links in the information section. And if you use that link, it is an affiliate link and I do get a small commission, but all the commission that I earn goes right back into my channel. Now on the top of the box, when you first open it up, there is an information card right on top. And the information card tells you what's in the box and how to access a PDF version of the pattern. Now there is a printed copy of the pattern in the box, but you do have to access the PDF version of the pattern in order to get the instructions for your pattern. This particular box this month has the Linden shorts and skirt pattern. I'll come in really close so that you can see what that looks like. It is a really great pair of denim shorts. And the cool thing about this pattern is that it has different lengths. So if you're not into a Bermuda style shorts length, you can also do a shorter length, or you can make the skirt in this pattern. So I think it's really great that you have some options with this pattern. Now on the card, there's a coupon code that will allow you to download the PDF pattern for free. But in addition, there is a QR code on the front of the card that you can scan and it'll take you directly to a sew along for this particular pattern. On the back of the card, it tells you everything that's included in the box. So we have, of course, the pattern, and then we have fabric. And the fabric, there were 6 different options that we could choose from, and I personally chose a really nice structured chambray. It's actually more structured than any of the chambrays that I've ever sewn before, and I wonder if it will change a bit once I wash it. It is 2 yards of fabric, and one of the things I love about IndieStitch is that the fabric comes nicely wrapped in the plastic like this. And there's a little instruction label on the front that tells you how to care for the fabric, and it also tells you what the fabric content is. The reason why I find this extremely helpful is because often I have so many projects planned that when I get fabric, I will store it away and completely forget what it was and how I was supposed to care for it. So I really love that this comes on this card, like, or the sticker like this. It's very helpful to me. Now, additionally, you will get little fun tools that come in this box as well. So let me show you the fabric first. This is the gorgeous fabric that I chose. And I love it because it's kind of like that railroad style of denim. I don't know if you can see the lines in it, but it is a really nice piece of chambray. It's on the lighter side because it is a chambray, but it's very structured like a regular denim. And I do wonder though if it will soften up and be more pliable once I wash it. But again, this is 2 yards of fabric, really, really nice. And in my experience with fabric received from IndieStitch, I can almost always get more than one item out of the cut of fabric that they give us. So if there is fabric left over from this when I make my shorts, because I absolutely want to make these shorts, I will use what's left over probably to make a bag. I think this is a really nice fabric that would be really nice for a little bag. So this is the fabric. I love it so much. Again, it's 2 yards. The next thing in the box is a zipper. Now these shorts are a traditional looking denim short type of pattern. So you have a zipper and then you have a jean button at the top of your waistband. And so I'm glad the zipper is included. There is also the thread that comes along with this particular cut of fabric. It is a perfect match. There's some really nice interfacing, and this is definitely more interfacing than what you need for your project, which is so nice. I love when this happens because I definitely go through a ton of interfacing here in my sewing room. And then the pattern itself is on this really great sturdy paper that you can trace off your size and keep the pattern to sew for other people in your family. Just looking at the colors that are different sizes there, you can do that, or you can just cut out the size that you know that you are, and you don't have to print your PDF pattern and tape it together. So this is really nice as well. Really pleased with the quality of the paper for the patterns. Now the extras that came in this box are really cool. We have a duckbill pair of scissors, and I'm actually not very sure how to use these. Let me see if I can open it so I can show you what they look like. I know that these can be used for embroidery and clipping small threads while sewing projects, but as you can see, there is a curved duckbill tip where it would normally be sharp. So one side is sharp and the other side is curved. So this is a very interesting pair of scissors. I know for a fact that it was on my list of supplies to buy when I first got my embroidery machine. So I'm excited to give these a try. This says these are essential for any sewist. These are also good for applique and feature a wide flat blade in an angled handle for easy cutting. The unique duckbill blade prevents cutting stitches or fabric, and it's perfect for grading seams and achieving professional results, which we always strive for as we make our own clothes. So I think this is a really cool thing to have received in the box, and I'm so glad that I have it. The next thing is a bobbin box, and this actually came with 25 colorful bobbins, and it says sewing is smoother when you're prepared with 25 colorful class 15 bobbins in a clear case. You can always have a spare handy. Perfect for keeping your sewing space neat and colorful. Each bobbin stays secure in its own slot and it's ready for your next project. I think that's super handy. I actually go through bobbins like crazy, and since I switched machines to my Brother machine from my Singer machine, I have actually broken a couple of bobbins when I'm winding them. So it's odd, I know, and it's definitely a waste of fabric. I end up saving those bobbins so that I can use the thread for hand stitching. But since I don't love hand stitching, sometimes they just sit in my stash for a very long time. But they've now been broken, so I can't use those bobbins in the little bobbin case of my sewing machine. So it's nice to have extras. And I'm really hoping that these fit into my sewing machine nicely because that's really great. And I also think it's fun that they're colorful. So there you have it. In the box, the last thing that I see here, we have 2 universal flat shank needles. And these are an 80-12 in measurement. They're in this little red envelope. So you get 2 needles. And then there's a hook closure for the waistband of the pants. So there isn't a denim jean button for this pattern right now, but I do know that that is an option for this pattern. So this is nice that it has the hook and bar because it'll be a hidden closure on the inside of the pants, but you can also use a denim button. Well, that was everything in this box. If you liked what you saw and you're interested in IndieStitch, please use the link in the information section below, and that'll take you directly to the subscription service. You can learn all about it, and you can also see previous boxes that they are now selling that may have been an extra supply. So if you want to test out a box before you actually subscribe, you can do that. By using that link, that is actually an affiliate link, so I will get a small commission, but everything that I earn goes right back into my channel. All right, let's move on to the next thing on the list. The next thing that I want to share with you are the patterns that I picked up, and I do believe these are all the patterns that I picked up, but you guys know I like to buy patterns, and occasionally I will buy them PDF version and forget to share them. So hopefully I haven't mentioned these already, and hopefully this is everything that I actually bought. But the first pattern that I want to share with you is the Seamwork Otto vest. And this was the pattern that was released. I don't know if it was this month or if it was last month, but it is a wonderful lightweight vest pattern. And I was inspired because so many retailers in ready-to-wear have linen vests that look very similar to this. And while I do have a vest pattern already by Pattern Scout, that one comes down a bit long on my body, and this particular vest is actually on the shorter side of things, so it's perfect for someone like me with a short torso. The only thing is that with Seamwork patterns, they don't have cup sizes, whereas Pattern Scout patterns do have cup sizes. So I'm hoping that it works out. I've already cut out the pattern, and I definitely purchased my fabric for this already. So I'm excited to sew this up, and I actually renewed my Seamwork membership. I love Seamwork. I have been a member for a very long time, and I just love it so much. So I highly recommend that you check out Seamwork if you are interested in being able to download any type of pattern whenever you want and you feel inspired to sew something really gorgeous. I guarantee you, if you find a pattern with a different pattern company, you will more than likely be able to find something similar or darn near the same on Seamwork's pattern website. So I highly encourage you to check out their membership. If you use the affiliate link in the information section below, that will save you 50% off on your membership if you decide to sign up. I am an affiliate with them, and I love everything. I've done several videos in the past years sharing my love of Seamwork. Seamwork definitely came out with some really great patterns for the spring season, and I'm excited to see what they have coming for the summer season. I believe they release 2 patterns every single month. So there should be some really fun things coming this summer. And last summer I sewed up, I think, everything that they released for summer and spring. So again, I highly recommend their membership, and maybe you can sew this as I am sewing it and we can kind of share and compare notes. But again, this is the Otto pattern that I downloaded, taped together, and it's cut and ready to go. The next pattern I purchased a while back and I totally forgot about it, but I am actually in the middle of a workshop for making bras, and it has been one of the most enjoyable experiences that I've had thus far in my learning of sewing. And I've been apprehensive about learning how to make my own bras, but I really want to learn, and I know that it will save me a lot of money, and I'll be able to get a perfect fit if I can crack the code on my body. And with this workshop that I've been attending, which I can't wait to tell you more about later, I've actually learned how to properly fit my bust. And it turns out that some of my measurements were actually wrong that I've been using. And so it's been really nice to actually go through that learning process on how to fit my body. I'm starting the process of making my first muslin, but I've also purchased some fabric in order to make my final bras once I've completed my muslin. But I purchased this pattern and totally forgot to share it with you all because I got it a few months ago when Cashmerette Patterns was having their sale. And this is the Willowdale bra, and this is what it looks like. There are different views. I am pretty plain with my bras. I just need them to be reliable and sturdy. So I will be making this version up top, but you can also make other versions that have lace and overlays and things of that nature. I'm just looking to have something that's flattering on the body, fits me really nice, that I can be an everyday bra and actually transition to dressing up as well. I have some very frustrating issues with bras, and because of my bra size, when I'm going and buying my bra in department stores, I am either a triple D or I am a G or an F in some cases, depending on the brand. So one of the things I hate is when I wear tanks or anything like this, it shows my bra because my bras are so large. I can never hide the back bra band on my bras because they come up so high. And I can also never really hide my straps. And so these are always things that I struggle with. Not to mention I have a very permanent groove. You can see it there in my shoulders, and my shoulders kind of slope because of the heft of my breast. And some bras are more brutal on my body than others. So I'm very excited to learn how to make a really well-fitting bra. I definitely have been doing my research already. My husband got me a bra making book for Christmas, and so I've read that book. I've just kind of been slowly building up my confidence, but being in this workshop is definitely getting me off the fence about making bras, and now I've jumped into the process of actually making them. So I'm really excited. Now with Cashmerette Patterns, as it is, you know I love them already because they have cup sizes for all of their patterns, but they are really designed for a woman that has extra body, you know, whether that be an extra bust or extra butt or hips or whatever. They have a pattern for us, and you can customize your pattern to fit your body the way it's intended to be flattering and beautiful and help you feel confident. And that is one of the reasons why I absolutely love Cashmerette Patterns. I can't wait to share with you my most recent Cashmerette makes. I will soon. I do, however, want to promote the Cashmerette Club. I don't have a discount code for them or an affiliate link for them, but having access to the Cashmerette Club has definitely helped me so much with making garments that I feel are so flattering on my bust and on my body. So that is another sewing subscription service that I highly recommend. And the fact that they have now 2 bra patterns out that are perfectly tailored for us ladies that have a little extra makes me so excited. And I'm really hoping that I can really crack the code on my body in order to make my bras moving forward. And this is going to be my first go around. And because Cashmerette Patterns is so good with hand holding and fit classes and things of that nature, I'm just feeling very confident about this being the first bra pattern that I actually try out. So that was the next pattern. Okay, I also downloaded Daisy Chain pattern. This is called the Poly Blouse and Dress. And okay, you're looking at this and you may be thinking, I've never seen you wear a baby doll dress before. And I have actually. I've made quite a few puff sleeve things in the past. Maybe not a frilly collar around the edge with the puff sleeve or the actual skirt of a baby doll dress. But I saw a couple examples, and I'll put a couple on the screen so that you can see the inspiration of finished sewn up garments in this pattern. This is a new pattern that recently released. And I was like, yes, absolutely yes. I want to wear that. I want to lounge in that all summer long, and it's so very beautiful, and I can't wait to make it. So I purchased this and I downloaded it, and I am excited to sew it up. I haven't made a final decision on which fabric I'd actually like to use. I found that quite a few of the fabrics in my stash were not wide enough. I think this pattern works best if you are using a wider width of fabric, so 58 to 60 inches wide. Once I laid the pattern pieces out, I was like, dang, I really don't have enough in this print, or I really don't have enough in this print. So I'm still on the hunt for the perfect cut of fabric in order to sew this up, but the pattern has been taped together and cut out, and I'm really eager to sew this up. And so definitely can't wait to sew this guy up. And it is, again, a new pattern, and this is by the brand Daisy Chain, and again, it's called the Poly Blouse and Dress. More recently, and I will insert pictures of these patterns on the screen, I placed a Simplicity order. They had a huge sale this week on their patterns, and Vogue patterns in particular were $6.99 per pattern. And if you are like me, you have wanted to sew up the Vogue DVS patterns, and they have not been on sale. And generally when they have their pattern sales, even when the Vogue patterns are on sale, they're still full price, and their full price for those patterns are $25.20. And I have a real issue with spending that much money on a Vogue pattern that at Joann will eventually go on sale for $5.99. But those particular patterns never go on sale. So I definitely decided to take advantage once I saw that they were finally a part of the Simplicity sale. And I got Vogue 2040, which is one of the wrap dresses. And then the other wrap dress that everyone under the sun has been making, the V2000, so V2000. So I got both of those on sale for $6.99. I also got a vintage sewing pattern, which I think will be really great for summer. Perfect for either a swimsuit cover-up or just to be cute, casual, and comfortable all day long. And that is Vogue 2041. And this one is a pattern that comes in small, medium, large, and extra large. I can't wait to see it, to see how long the length is for the bust, to see if maybe I need to add an inch or two, because typically I will shy away from certain jumpsuits if I think my boobs won't fit easily in the pattern, because I don't want to do a full bust adjustment. However, this one is going to be an easy pattern in the sense that it's large, loose fabric pieces that are just gathered up, so with gathering stitches or elastic. And so I think I might be able to pull this off and only maybe have to add an inch or two at the bottom of the bodice pieces. Again, I haven't seen the pattern yet. I haven't seen what the pieces look like. So I will definitely have to navigate that once I actually receive the pattern. But I'm excited to sew that one up. And I've been on a really big button-up blouse pattern kick. Like, I finally have reached the point where I'm ready to sew up the button-up shirts that I cut out in the fall, because the weather is warmer than it was during winter, right? So I can wear a more lightweight, comfortable cotton voile or lightweight lawn, or even I have a blouse that's cut out in a wool dobby that are very light and soft. Well, now I really, really want to wear these button-ups, and I haven't been able to sew them up because I have like attention deficit when it comes to my projects. Like, I'm just constantly racing in my mind. I can't focus on just one project. I need to, like, oh, that looks good, I'm gonna try that. Oh, that looks good, okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna cut this one out, and then, you know what, maybe I'll sew it later, and I set it off to the side and I go on to something else. Now I want to wear my button-ups and they're not sewn up. One of which is very close to being finished, and I'll share that with you in a minute. So I'll finish that one up. But I also realized that the button-up patterns that I have in my stash don't quite fit the style that I'm looking for. And I really like Vogue 2031 because it has a couple of different sleeve options. Now, the actual button-up itself is really nice because it has some really great gathering at the front of the blouse. There is a front and back yoke, and that's where the gathering is, at the yoke pieces. And I think that's going to be very romantic in my mind because I already know what kind of fabric I want to use for it. And it's going to bring to life an idea that I have for a blouse that I want to make. And I love that it has two different sleeve options. One is a more puffed sleeve that is 3/4. Now, typically I'm not a huge fan of 3/4 sleeves, but after making this blouse and also a dress, this is a Cashmerette pattern, the Roseclaire dress that I just made a blouse out of, where it hits me on my arm, it actually looks kind of cute. And I'm trying to get over the feeling of wanting to pull my sleeve down. And also because it's a warmer time of year now, I can kind of get away with having my arms exposed from this point to here. But I do love that it has two different sleeve options because that one will be really more appropriate for spring, summer for me. And then I'll want a long sleeve button up for other months. Now it is slightly oversized, but not too oversized, which is what I was looking for because I wanted to give more of a romantic feel versus a casual feel. So I'm really excited to get this pattern. Now the only drawback with ordering patterns from simplicity.com is that they take forever to ship, especially if they were patterns that are on sale. I don't know about you guys, but I have waited one time up to a month to receive the patterns that I ordered. So who knows when I'll actually get these, but I'm just hoping that they come during the summer so that I can actually utilize them this summer. But if they don't, these are patterns that are pretty much classic patterns that will serve me from years to come, season to season. So I'm not too pressed if I don't receive them soon. Now again, I mentioned that these patterns are typically $25.20 at full price. And I actually got them on sale, so I saved $72.14. So I paid $35.96 for 4 patterns. And when I saw that the original subtotal before tax or shipping would have been $110, I nearly fainted because I feel like that's very ridiculous for 4 patterns. Like, I can't even wrap my mind around that. I do feel like I sometimes will buy indie patterns that are $25 or $32, but generally when I do that, it's because they have multiple views, and also the patterns are so very much like a pattern that holds your hand. The illustrations by step to step are just really clear, or they have pictures, not just illustrations, or they have sew-alongs on their website, or they have blog tutorials on how to complete those patterns. With indie patterns, there just seems to be a lot more hand-holding and also more value for the pattern that you're getting. You're gonna get 4 views or 5 views from your pattern, often, not always. But those are the ones I gravitate towards when I do spend that amount of money. So the thought that a Vogue pattern with 1 to 2 views is $25.20 normally, it's kind of shocking. But these are really lovely patterns, and I did get them on sale, and I'm very excited about that. So hopefully I'll be able to sew them up and share them with you soon. I moved you in closer because I have lost the sunlight, but I don't want to stop filming. So hopefully by bringing you in closer, you can still get enough light from the light that's above me in order to see me okay in this video. It is 8:30 at night, okay, so the sun is starting to go down, and I'm really chasing the clock here because my kids and my husband are at baseball practice, and I'm trying to finish before they get home and start making a bunch of noise in the house. But anyway, the next pattern that I want to share with you is actually a darling pattern that I love so much. I sewed this up already, and I'll just sneak a little picture in so you can see what it looks like. So this particular pattern is such a darling pattern, and I'm really excited about it. It is the Tilly and the Buttons nail pattern, and this is what it looks like. And I will insert a picture of the version that I made. I literally just finished making it, and I posted it on Instagram like last weekend or something like that. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this blouse. But I have been dreaming of the most romantic, beautiful blouses, and I get lots of inspiration from different websites that I love to shop ready to wear. And so this kind of gave me the feels or the looks that I was going for. So I'm excited about this pattern. I really loved my first version, and I can already tell that I'm going to make several more because it fits me so flattering. It fits my bust really nice. It has a puff sleeve option, which I'm actually into heavy right now. But it comes with a couple of different versions for the tops, as you can see. And it also has a dress option. Now the dress skirt pieces actually don't come in the pattern. They basically just tell you what size of a rectangle piece of fabric to cut out to create the skirt pieces. But what I love about this is that this is a button front type of top or dress, and instead of using regular buttons, you have the option of using snaps or buttons. So you can actually do a lot with this pattern and create several different views or looks. It comes with 3 different sleeve options. No, is it 3 or 4? 4 different sleeve options. So you have a fluttery sleeve, you have a puff sleeve, you have a straight long sleeve, and then you have a straight short sleeve. So really great. You can add pockets, front patch pockets to this guy. Such a great pattern, and just like all the other Tilly and the Button patterns, the instructions are really easy to follow, and this was such an enjoyable sew. And I've never created a sleeve puff quite like this, and I love it so much that I can see myself taking this sleeve and putting it on lots of other patterns that I enjoy sewing. So really great pattern. This was also a new pattern, I believe, that was released last week. It literally released, and then that same day I bought it and downloaded it and printed it and taped it together all in that same first day because I was so in love with the example that was posted on the Tilling the Buttons website. So anyways, this was the last pattern that I wanted to share with you that I purchased. So the next thing that I want to share with you are the fabrics that I picked up. And I have been so inspired by Sezanne's blouses on their website. They have so many lace blouses or eyelet blouses. And I'm definitely trying to make all of them right now, or my version of what those look like to me are inspired. They kind of inspire me to kind of put my own spin on it. But the first piece of eyelet I got is this one. And this one is actually from Stone Mountain & Daughter. Now, I believe this particular fabric is $16.99 a yard. I got 3 yards of it, and I've already cut the blouse that I plan to make. And there's still some left over, which I don't know what I'll use this for, maybe a tank or something. But this is a more weighty type of eyelet. It is not as loose and soft and thin as some of the eyelet that I purchased from Joann, but it's very beautiful to me. It's got a black background and kind of like an ecru or cream colored eyelet flower all over it. And so with this piece of fabric, I cut out the Patina blouse by Friday Pattern Company. And I'm really hoping to sew that up this week because I want to wear it so badly. But it's definitely a fabric that was inspired by some of the things that I've seen on Sezanne's website. And the next thing that I have to share with you is this really gorgeous knit fabric here. This is from Joann. And at some point they were having a really, really fantastic sale. And I want to say that I got this for 25% or 30% off. It's just such a nice quality ribbed printed fabric. The colors are so vibrant. Now my lighting is not great. As I mentioned, the sun is going down, so it's hard to see, but these gorgeous pops of orange on these flowers and the bright blue are just so fantastic. I'm going to make a tank dress out of this. I have a couple patterns that I'm trying to decide between, but my friend Natita of So Natural Dane has a tried and true tank pattern, which is a it's a KnowMe pattern. I can't remember the pattern number, but it's by the Corny Rainbow. She has a button-up dress pattern, and it also comes with an under tank dress to go underneath the button-up. And so this, I think, will be that tank dress if I get around to sewing it up. But I do have a couple other tank dresses that I could use in my stash as well. But it's only 2.5 yards. But it's really beautiful and I couldn't pass up on it. So this fabric here is the fabric that I used to make my Tilling the Buttons nail top. It is an ecru background with rainbow stripes, and the stripes themselves are embroidered so you can feel them. They're textured. And then there's also these gorgeous flowers on top. But the stripes, the colored stripes, are actually textured. Hopefully it's not too dark for you to be able to see that. But it's a very colorful, fun blouse that I've made, and I absolutely love it. And again, this is from Joann, and they were having a crazy 50% off sale on all of their shirting fabrics. So I did get this for 50% off. The next shirting fabric that was in that sale is this gorgeous, I don't know if this is considered to be an eyelet or a dobby, but it has embroidered ditzy flowers all over it, and hopefully you can see it and it's not too dark, but it's a white fabric and it's so pretty. And so I was able to get this 50% off, and that's what I used to make my beautiful blouse here behind me. Such a pretty blouse. I haven't worn it yet, but I've been looking at it on my mannequin all week and it just makes me feel so proud. The next fabric that I want to share with you is from Stone Mountain & Daughter, and this is a twill fabric. It is a stretch twill. I want to say originally my plan was to make something that was really basic and straight on the body, but once I realized it had some stretch to it, I changed my mind. So I think I'll be making some type of dress, but it's got this really great lined pattern, and it is a khaki type of color and white. So the next thing I found, finally, I don't know if I said this on my channel, I've been looking for the perfect shade of light denim. And light denim is so hard to find, and when you find it, it's usually very expensive. And so I found this at Stone Mountain & Daughter. It is the exact shade that I wanted, And this is a Lady McElroy denim, I believe. And I have 2.5 yards of it here. And this will be a pair of jeans. Not sure if I'm going to use a pattern that I already have used, like a tried and true in my stash, or if I will purchase a new jean pattern for this. But it is a lighter weight denim. I want to say this is more of a 10-ounce denim. And perfect for pants, but maybe not for winter pants. So hopefully I'll be able to sew something up with this summer. But yeah, I'm really excited to have found finally this shade of denim at a reasonable price. The next piece of fabric is also from Joann, and this is a beautiful eyelet fabric, and it's got large roses. Actually, a couple of different types of flowers on here. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not sure if it's coming across nicely or not because of my lighting, but it's a gorgeous, bright, periwinkle-ish type of blue. I think it's actually more blue in person than it is coming up on camera. On camera, it looks more periwinkle, but in person, it's more blue. And I'm going to make a button-up top. Maybe, if it comes in time, it'll be that Vogue top that I shared with you already. But this is going to be a really nice top that I can wear all the time. And then the next piece of fabric is an ecru colored denim. It's really cream. It's kind of hard to see here. This one is actually more on the thick and sturdy, hefty side, so I could probably wear it all year round. And this one, I've already cut it into something. This is going to be another pair of Dawn jeans. So that is one of my projects that I'll be working on. And this, I believe I got just 2 yards of it. So this is the little scrap that's left over after cutting my jeans. And it's a bull denim. And this also is from Stone Mountain & Daughter. My mother gave me a gift card for Stone Mountain & Daughter for Mother's Day. I know it's funny, my mom buys me gifts for Mother's Day, but she bought me a gift card for Mother's Day, and that's what I used to purchase this. So I really love this. I want to say it was $19 a yard. And then another piece of fabric that I have here is a lot of this rayon linen blend from Joann. As you can see, it is a lot. I want to say this is 6 yards of fabric, and it's at a 58-inch width. And unlike another piece of linen fabric that I purchased, it actually did not shrink when I washed it. But this fabric gave off the most lint that I've ever experienced in washing any other piece of fabric ever. It actually clogged up my lint trap. It actually ruined something that I ended up washing with it, and I had to use a vacuum to suck off all of the stuff because it didn't come off on a second wash. So I have no idea what that was about. That has never happened to me before. But now that it's clean and washed, it's really nice and soft. But this is meant to be the vest pattern that I shared with you, the Otto vest, as well as a matching pair of pants. And so that's what I have planned for this fabric. I'm going to try to see if I can move a little bit more this way to get some more light. And then I'll be able to share with you lastly what my sewing plans are. I'm not sure if that helped. Hopefully it helped a little bit, but having a whiter background hopefully will help me to get more light and be able to share with you what I have going on. So as I mentioned already, the cream colored fabric that I already cut, the denim, the bull denim, is going to be another pair of Dawn jeans. Only this time around, I'm doing the full-length version that's not modeled here. And I actually cut out the tall version because I really want the jeans to cover my ankles. And I'm on the fence about whether or not I will do the button fly, which is the option that comes with the pattern, not do a zipper. In the past, if you haven't been watching my channel for a while, my other versions of the Dawn jeans, I swapped out the button fly for a zipper front. So I'm kind of thinking I'm leaning towards button fly, but I haven't decided quite yet. So that's one item. The next thing that I've cut the pattern, but I haven't gotten around to cut the fabric yet, is I'm going to be cutting out the Simplicity 4552, the pants here. And I'm hoping because I'm short that they will land a little bit longer on me than the model. Hopefully they will touch my ankles. And I actually have this linen fabric, which shrunk so terribly. And this is the same exact fabric that I used to make my matching linen button-up shirt with the shorts. I'll insert a picture just in case you don't know what I'm talking about. And I really wanted to be able to pair that button-up shirt with a pair of pants. And also I wanted to be able to have all 3 pieces to pack on my next summer vacation so I can mix and match them. So once I washed this fabric, it shrunk so badly that I couldn't use the pattern that I had planned to use initially, and I was very, very disappointed about that. But I realized that I had this pattern, which is a very easy pattern, easy to sew pattern. So I'm going to knock this out. It literally is just 3 pattern pieces, a front leg, a back leg, and a pocket. So it's just enough, and it falls right into the pattern measure or the fabric measurements that I have left after washing it. As I mentioned before, I'm going to be making that daisy chain poly dress. And the fabric that I chose for that is this fabric here that I've had in my stash for quite a while. It is a cotton poplin fabric that I got from Amazon. It's literally the only fabric that I have that will fit the pattern pieces that are in this pattern. And so I'm going to be making it out of that, and it'll be something that I probably can only wear at the house because it is a handkerchief print and color. Maybe I can layer it and wear it other places here in the Bay Area, but there are places in California where I wouldn't venture out wearing any type of bandana inspired fabric. Now I've had this in my stash for a long time because I was disappointed with the fact that once I washed it, it faded terribly. So again, this was from Amazon and I got it on some crazy sale. And so it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be once I washed it. But I think it'll lend itself really well for this dress, and I will absolutely love wearing this for work. So one of the things about this pattern is very similar to the Tilly and the Buttons pattern in that really your pattern pieces are going to be the bodice pieces and I believe the pocket piece. All the other pieces, you're actually using a measuring tape and you're actually measuring rectangles and cutting it out of your fabric. Again, before I mentioned that I'm going to be making my kids and my husband are on the outside of the window dancing. So it's very hard for me to focus right now because they're distracting me. But anyway, I'm going to be making a patina blouse out of that black fabric with the eyelet flowers on it. I'm going to be making the patina blouse out of that black fabric with the eyelet flowers on it, and I have already cut that up. So that is going to hopefully be the project that I work on this week. I would love to be able to finish this blouse along with my Dawn jeans in the ecru color because I think that'll be such a cute outfit. The last project that I want to share with you is something that I sewed up in the fall and put on the back burner because it was too cold to wear it. And that is this button up. I probably have showed it now twice that I need to finish. So this is the Byrdie button up by Pattern Scout. And the only thing left to do is to create the button placket, add the collar and the buttons. And I need to get on it because I really want to wear this. It's the perfect season for it. And I plan to use these gorgeous Pigeon Wishes buttons. They match my fabric so well. And so hopefully I'll finish this up this week as well. So that is my plan for this week. The patina blouse, that button up, as well as the jeans, the Dawn jeans. Another button up that I cut up and haven't sewn is one of the KnowMe patterns by Beauty J'adore. And I have made the jeans like 3 times, but I have yet to sew up the button up that I actually cut out of that wool dobby fabric. I couldn't find it when I was preparing for this video, but I did cut it, and hopefully I sew that up this summer as well. Lastly, I got this beautiful fabric. One of my daycare parents got me a gift card during teacher appreciation, and I really felt special because a lot of times, because I'm in childcare and I teach preschool, I get overlooked for teacher appreciation. Even with families who have older children that are in public school, they just forget about me, and sometimes I just feel a little bummed because I am teaching your child. I'm preparing them for big kid school, for elementary school. And so when a parent does acknowledge that I am a teacher as well, and they honor me during teacher appreciation, it does make me feel loved and special. And one of my teachers gave me a gift card to Stone Mountain and Daughter. And I purchased this really beautiful blush colored twill fabric. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. Really pretty blush pink. And I plan to make Simplicity S9918. I'm really excited about this pattern because it has cup sizes and it has elastic channels on the back of it. It's going to be a very cute dress, and I love that it has the puff sleeve. Now this dress has been cut up and ready for me to sew for about a month now, and the reason why I haven't sewn it yet is because I ended up sewing up a different dress instead. But the intent for this dress was to wear it for a special occasion, and then I ended up making a green spaghetti strap slip dress instead, thinking it was going to be an easier project, and it didn't actually end up being easier after all. But anyway, I've already cut this, so I definitely want to sew this up this summer. Now, I already mentioned my linen outfit. I feel it's, here's what's so funny. I watch lots of people's videos because I'm inspired by other sewists in the community, and I was overwhelmed by someone's video. I'm not going to say who it was. They were sharing all their sewing plans, and I was so overwhelmed watching it because I was thinking, oh my God, that's so much to sew in 1 month or in a month and a half, right? And then I started pulling out the projects that I have cut and prepped, and I was like, oh my God, I have just as many plans as that person, and I'm overwhelmed by their plans. That's so hilarious. But I do have a tendency of cutting projects and then not sewing them. So I'm trying to stop myself from cutting into my new fabrics until after I sew up at least these projects that I just shared with you. And then I can start planning on cutting out other projects. And one of the things that I mentioned earlier in the video is that I am doing my muslin for my bra. So that is the last sewing plan that I have that I wanted to share with you in this video. Lastly, in this video, I want to talk to you about my reflections on Me Made May. This year, I decided that I would absolutely wear something handmade every single day, and I would be incorporating some of my favorite ready-to-wear items, whether that be bottoms or tops or purses or outerwear, whatever it was. I just wanted to make sure that I wore something Me Made every day, and in some days I wore Me Made from head to toe, and that was so much fun. It made me feel so proud to put those outfits together. Hopefully, if I get my life together, I can insert a clip of all of the videos that I created. Now, the thing that I challenged myself to do, because I often wear Me Made every day, is that I documented it. And I rarely take the time to document my outfits on a daily basis because it takes extra work, and a lot of times I don't have time to get my camera out and to try to capture the outfit that I've worn for the day. So I was really proud of myself for being able to document, I think, 28 days of outfits and sharing them both on YouTube. You can definitely check out all of my shorts because they're still up, and you can kind of run through the outfits that I shared. And then I also posted on Instagram, which is something that I rarely do because I am just not a big Instagram girly. But I challenged myself and I did my very best to document every single outfit. The other thing that I did was I created a sewing lookbook, which I shared with you in a dedicated video. If you haven't seen that video, please check it out, where I walk you through the steps on how I created this. And I'll show you a couple of things that I've changed since creating that video in a second. But in the process of documenting my garments and coming up with outfits for the month of May, I did find some holes in my closet, and those holes would be handmade blouses and tops. I find that the handmade tops that I do have in my closet, I wasn't super eager to wear. So maybe my style has changed slightly, or maybe I just was never really happy about the fit in the end. Especially as I got better with sewing, I started to pay more attention to how things pulled on my bust or whatever the case may be. So one of the things I want to challenge myself to do is make more blouses that help me to feel confident and beautiful, that fit my body really well. And so that is something that I learned from putting together my Me Made Me outfits. The other thing that I discovered is that I don't switch out my bags and shoes as often as I should, because I get in a rut, because I work from home, of just wearing the same old easy shoes to slip on every day. So I really challenged myself to try new shoes with different outfits and switch things up a bit. So that was really nice. And I think moving forward, I'm going to do my best to switch out my bag every week and also change my shoes to wear with different outfits. So yes, that was it. I have recently purchased quite a few ready-to-wear things on crazy discounts and sales because the changing of season. Here's what's interesting. So Banana Republic, J. Crew, who else? I think The Gap. There's been several different companies, especially their factory stores, that have been doing 70% off. And they are doing 70% off of a lot of their winter clothes or transitional fall clothes. But where I live, we have that weather all year round. And one of the biggest holes in my wardrobe is cardigans, sweaters, like layering items. And so I definitely stocked up on those types of garments and even got a couple of skirts to go with the blouses that I'll be making that are faux leather and really nice faux leather, normally $110, that I bought for $11 at Banana Republic. So anyways, that's just a little plug. If you're a person like me that lives in a climate where it's kind of chilly all year round and you're looking for cardigans, jackets, sweaters, things of that nature, those websites, J. Crew Factory, Banana Republic Factory, and The Gap are definitely selling quite a few of their garments for fall, winter for 70% off, which is amazing. So I definitely filled those holes in my closet by purchasing from there. And now I think I have some really good plans for sewing moving forward. And most of my sewing plans that I have, aside from my linen outfits, are going to be garments that can carry me throughout multiple seasons and not just summer. So there you have it. So the project that I did for the lookbook for Me Made May is to document some of the things that I make. And I have a really bad habit of not documenting. And then when I do document, it's documented on YouTube or on Instagram, but I don't have anything that I can hold and reflect back on. And so what I did is created this book. And as you can see, I use these really cool markers in order to add pops of color. And so for each page, I have the pattern that I made and any special notes that I remember about my experience, plus a picture of the finished garment. So I really enjoyed putting this project together. It was so much fun. And in some cases, I gave more details than others on how I changed up a pattern to basically make it something completely different altogether. And I just documented how mine was different from the example and something that I might do to make it better in the future. And then of course, the picture of the finished garment. Now, when I shared the process of putting this together, I hadn't added any notes. In the video, I just put headers, but these garments are all of the garments that I created with my collaboration with Talisha of Creativity by T. And so as you can see, so that linen project that I was talking about before, it's actually this pattern here. So I did a linen blouse and I wanted to go back and do these pants, but my fabric was too short. So that's why I switched out my pants. But I love this pattern and I've made 2 of the top and 1 pair of the pants. The pants are fantastic. I just have to get fabric that is long enough to make them. Anyway, so I documented any special thing about the outfit now on here, so I can look back at these pictures and I can recall not just what I made, but anything that I did that was special about it, and also if I want to make it again and what I'll do different. So in this book, I have most of the projects that I made out of Ankara fabric in the last year. There are some items that I haven't printed yet, but I'm really proud of this little lookbook, and it's something that I can look at over and over again. And then also, one thing I was thinking about is if you are someone that sews for your family members, or maybe it is a side hustle, or maybe you are making this your real job, your real hustle, it's not a bad idea to put together lookbooks like this so that you can show your clients some of your offerings. You could literally have a book that is just on all the pants that you can make, right? And you can have pictures of your different clients, or maybe just pictures of yourself and your loved ones that you've sewn for, and the pattern that you used and your final garment, whatever the case may be. And they can actually see your level of work just by looking at this booklet. You can hand it to them. You can have a book for blouses, a book for pants. But anyway, if you're interested in learning how I put this together and seeing the process, I will link the video for this in the information section below. And I'm really proud about this, and I actually can't wait to make more because it was so much fun. So I think that's it. I think that's everything that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed it, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. I hope you have a fantastic day and a wonderful week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.